Hey, what up? This is Third Degree, also known as Talon TSI AWD on thirdstop.com. Today we're going to do a very simple tutorial on how to start building your own drum kits. One of my reasons for doing this, even though technically it's not challenging at all, is I get a lot of people asking me how do I get my drum sound. That's one place I get complimented a lot is the sounds of my drums. Now, I'm not saying that I'm the best at it by any means. A lot of people do it better than me, but I do get this question a lot. And this is one of the ways that I get my drum sounds, and that is taking drums off of vinyl records. I feel like when you're sampling vinyl, you really need to capture the sound of the sample you're using when you're sampling. I know a lot of beginners, one of the things I notice the most is that they use these really modern drum kits that might might sound great over some synthesizers and some, digital piano stuff, but they just don't really fit that sound of a sample. So taking some from the same source as what you're sampling, the same era and the same recording methods, and just kind of tweaking them to your own liking seems to work out pretty well. And people have been doing this for years, but I'm just going to give you a start. So what we have here is just a basic drum loop I recorded at some period in time. I don't know what it's off of, who it is, but we're just gonna go into it. And I'm gonna show you how to do it on two different programs because it's real simple. So on Acid Pro, we're gonna start with that. I'm gonna just play the loop real quick. So the drums are pretty decent. It's got some good kind of crashes and kicks and whatnot. So in Acid Pro, we want to go to the chopper. Now you can go to View, Chopper, or just hit Alt 2. Now I'm going to zoom in a little bit on this one and just start picking. I'm going to start with this guy because it seems to be pretty loud. That's a pretty usable snare. I'd probably layer that with a, you know, lighter snare, but that's something I might use. So you just kind of go, you after you find that in there, just insert it into Acid Pro, file, render as, and just keep on going through there till you get all your drums. I find that to be kind of tedious personally, and I'd rather use this program, Recycle. So right now I have that same drum loop loaded up. And so what makes Recycle easy is mostly the way it saves it, but also the way it chops it. When you're using drums, you can use the sensitivity bar and just kind of slide it out and just kind of look and see. At first you might not know when you really have what you're looking for, but after a while you kind of figure it out. Just keep on moving it until the chops get to be too small. So I think there's about good. So I'm going to zoom in here. And never use the sensitivity bar when you're working with music samples. It never works right. So now I have that whole sample chopped up right there. I'd have to go through the whole thing to make sure it's all correct. But I have that whole sample right there. Now what's really nice was when I go to File, Export, Export as a WAV file, and save it. Now I have each one of these drums as an individual file. So just click on one. And I just go through and delete the one. I don't need that because it's nothing. And just go through and keep on naming kick 1, kick 2, kick 3, and then find which ones sound exactly the same. Delete the ones that sound the same, find the one that's best for you. move that into another, a bigger drum kit, and then now all of a sudden you're building up your drum kit. So it's real simple. I'm really not doing this tutorial as much as from a technical perspective, but just as a way to give new artists ideas because like I said, I think one of the biggest mistakes that beginning people when they go to sampling make, especially if they have a background in making composed hip hop, is going to their drums they're used to that are really digital sounding, really sort of, you know, way too clean for what they're trying to put it over. So this is just to give you an idea of how to get your drum sounding right with the sample you're using. So like I said, it's very basic. It takes a little bit of time if you're doing it manually in like Acid Pro or any sort of recording program, but like with Recycle, it only takes you about, you know, 10-15 seconds to chop it up, and then just go through your chops, make sure they're right, render it, and then just move the drums around. So anyways, that's just a basic idea of how to build your own drum kit. I recommend everyone at least tries it. If it doesn't work out for you, that's fine. You can take your samples afterwards and EQ them, compress them, make them sound the way you like, make it personal to you. So anyways, yeah, that's my little real basic tutorial.